Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for coming to a wonderful lecture here in Kew Gardens, Sha'arei Tikva. Some of you are wondering, what are we doing here? Why are we here? First of all, the topic of the night, of the evening, is to learn about the secrets of receiving the Torah. We know the holiday of Shavuot is called Kabbalat Torah. Today, B'ezrat Hashem, we're going to learn a lot of very deep secrets into how you can build yourself to be able to receive and to be a receiver. A lot of times, many of us might feel like we are takers. And it's easy to be takers. Because when you're born with your hands, closed. You come into this world already on the notion of taking, receiving. However, tonight we're going to learn how in order to receive the proper way, according to the Torah way, you also sometimes have to be able to give. And to also be able to give, you also have to complete yourself and a vessel. I want to thank Mr. Ohoyesef, who runs this Bet Knesset, who runs this shul. I grew up in Kew Gardens. I grew up in Sha'arei Tova. However, after Bar Mitzvah, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, I got connected to this shul, this Bet Knesset. I want to share with everybody a true gratitude. So, not only Kew Gardens, my parents made me, but this Bet Knesset I feel at home because it molded me. It prepared me for the next step of my journey. And Baruch Hashem, I'm back here as a Hakarat Tov to say thank you. And I would like to start sharing with everybody certain insights. Tonight, or last night, we read the 43rd day of the Omer. The next night is the next number, after 43. We are very near the end. We are very close to the finish line of the moment that we were waiting for. Ever since we left Mitzrayim, Hashem said, we're going to leave Mitzrayim in order to receive the Torah. Whenever a person, a Jew, goes out on the street, goes out at work, goes in school, there must always be a goal, an orientation. When you go to college, you have to have what? A goal, a mindset. I want to be this, I want to be doing that. When you want to open up a business, you have to have certain plans, prerequisites. You have to make a lot of preparations. There's a lot of steps to prepare for a goal. During the week as well, you're preparing for Shabbat. And if someone does not prepare for Shabbat, he doesn't have anything to eat. He has to get invited. It's not comfortable. In order for you to be able to eat on Shabbat, you have to be able to prepare during the week. So too, in order for you to be able to earn your ticket to Olam Haba, you must prepare in this world. And Hashem said, ever since you guys left Mitzrayim, Mitzrayim was a place that some people say was like the belly of a mother who was pregnant. It took 9 months for the child to grow and to nurture. However, towards the end, ask any woman who's pregnant, towards the end is the most difficult, is the most painful. And when you leave, there's some blood. When we left Mitzrayim, Hashem said, for you to be able to be born as a new nation, you need to show some blood. You need to prove to me your allegiance to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You leave the slavery. You leave the mindset of the slavery. You leave all of that behind. You leave Paro, you leave the snake, you leave the Znut, you leave all of that behind. And you shecht for me a Korban Pesach. Before the Korban Pesach, you also need to do a little Brit Milah. So there's two bloods. There's two bloods. That is very interesting. How? The gematria, the word blood, is exactly 44. which last night's Omer was 43, and this is the next number. However, there was 2 bloods. What is 44 times 2? Which is 88. You're going to see a couple of things. Because of this pain and anguish of blood, we must be able to multiply certain things twice as well. Please bear with me, because tonight is a very unique, amazing revelation that we're going to share Bezrat Hashem. If you take the word 88, it also spells the word Nachal. Nachal is a stream. It's a river, water flowing. Sometimes you feel life is tough. Sometimes you feel I cannot do it. I cannot make it. It's difficult. I don't know how to read. I don't know how to understand this topic. I don't know how to say parasha, certain things by heart. I'm just not comprehending the science. I'm not comprehending the Torah. Please, Hashem, help me. Sometimes you have to give of your blood in order to receive a flowing stream of blessing. So when we left Mitzrayim, it was the birth of a new nation. And there was 2 bloods. And because of these 2 bloods, Hashem says, I want to give you an unlimited amount of blessing. However, on Pesach, I gave you everything from my end. Now it's time for you to work by yourself on your own. Little but little, slowly but surely, day by day, week by week. What are we doing? We are counting the Sefirat HaOmer. But it's not enough to just count the Sefirat HaOmer. And the Sefirat HaOmer is not just a number. When is someone able to receive the Torah the proper way? If you just counted? You think Hashem says, Usfartem lachem emachrat Shabbat, and you shall count for yourselves on the next day after Pesach, the next day after Yom Tov. You just count for me. You want to know the secret of Usfartem lachem? I need a tissue. Can someone give me a tissue, please? Softer? Yeah, that's softer. I think it's rough. I want everybody to see this word. Usfartem, and you shall count. Lachem. What does lachem mean? For you. Usfartem lachem. The only way, the end game, the goal is what? The Torah. The only way a person can receive the Torah is if only you are going to be part of the equation. When you work on yourself, when you improve yourself, when you polish yourself, and a person must do that, and Hashem demands that of you every single year between Pesach and Shavuot, because in order for you to be able to be a proper receiver of the Torah, Hashem said it's not enough to just know the Torah, all of Shas. I know all of Shas, but what does Shas do to you? Are you still behaving like a proper mensch, like a proper Jew is supposed to be? Or are you behaving like Mitzrayim, the animalistic behavior that you might have inside of you? Hashem says in order to receive the Torah, you must be able to break away all the klipot, all the negativity, slowly but surely. And Hashem knows it's not easy. And that's why the first week is Chesed, and the second week is Gevurah. Third week is Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, and now we're entering the Malchut week. Malchut means royalty. Can you check this out? What happens when I rearrange the letters of Lachem for you? You get Mem, Lamed, Kaf. What is that?
King.
Melech. After the 7 weeks of proper refinement, you know what you turn into?
King.
A king. The only way you could respect the King Almighty, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, creator of the universe, is when you yourself act like one. No surprise, Rabbi Akiva, what did he do? Rabbi Akiva taught 24,000 students. He taught everybody the midah of ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. You have to start from kamocha. What's kamocha? Like you. A lot of people have a hard time loving themselves. A lot of people have a very difficult time to understand or to reflect upon themselves. Mother's Day just passed by.
Father's Day is like next week, no?
Father's Day is coming up soon. But in Judaism, there's no one day of the year where we respect our father and mother.
Every day.
It's every single day. Not only that, on Shavuot, one of the 10 commandments is to honor one's father and mother. Now remember, it doesn't say to love your parents as part of the Aseret HaDibrot. It says to honor them. It's a very big, different midah. Yes, it's important to love them, but we must honor them. Give them the proper respect. How do you say kavod? Respect. Kavod. Kavod is 20, 22, plus 6, 28, plus 4,
32.
32 is Gematria, Lev. Sometimes all you got to do to your parents is give them your heart.
Not literally.
Make it meaningful. Do a mitzvah like you mean it. And it's interesting. If you take a look at the luchot, there is a split of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The Aseret HaDibrot, the 10 Commandments, where is Kibud Av V'Em?
4.
Number 4. What's number 5? Shabbat. Keep Shabbat. This whole side has one common theme. Mitzvot between you and God. The second list is between you and me, you and I. Isn't this interesting how the mitzvah or the command of honoring one's parent is found where? Between you and God? But my parents are living. But my parents is real. My parents is human. It's a human interaction. Hashem is saying something very, very deep to the entire world, which some of them they don't understand. The secret behind honoring one's father and mother is actually in this column. When you are honoring your father and mother, in essence, you are learning a very deep trait of how to communicate between you and God. Very important. Tomorrow night is Rosh Chodesh Sivan. The Jewish people worked very hard in building up the ladder, of counting the days of Sefirat HaOmer, in working their midot, working on improving themselves between themselves and others, communicating between their family, their friends, their children, their bosses, their co-workers, their acquaintances, but also to refurnish and improve their ways to communicate between God. Our job in this world is le'amel, to toil. You guys can work, barber, doctors, movie writers, poetry,
Teachers.
okay, painters, teachers. You could be anything you can possibly be. But in the end of the day, our job in this world is
Work hard.
to work. But in what essence? In what point? A person was created in this world, lilmod, to learn, al menat lilamed.
Until they can.
You have to learn al menat in order to be able to teach. Anything in this world that you learn, you have to be able to give it over.
Pass it on.
Give over, pass on the legacy. Check this out. Hashem said, leave Mitzrayim, I'm going to receive the Torah. What month did we receive the Torah? The month of Sivan. Check this out. The first month is Nisan. Second month is Iyar. The third month is Sivan. The third month, when was the Torah given? The third month. How many forefathers do we have? Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. Again, who represents the Torah of all three Avot? Yaakov, because he was learning. There is also Kohen, Levi, and Yisrael. Do you know what happens when the Jewish people are together? They create a Kli, a vessel. When you become a vessel, or the only way to become a vessel is when you are united, when you are together. If you think I'm just a Kohen, I'm going to do my own business, I'm a Yisrael, I'm going to do my own business, I'm a Levi, I'm going to do my own business, guess what you're actually doing? You are separating. I share a lot of things with you guys probably in school, but tonight it's going to be extra things, unique things, VIP things. When we receive the Torah, yeah? In the morning, it's also interesting, speaking of the theme of three, I have to continue this. There's Nisan, Yer, Sivan, Kohen, Levi, Israel. What else? Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov. In the morning, when you say Birkat Torah, after the morning blessings, Berachot HaShachar, there's Birkat Torah. How many blessings of the Torah are there? Also three. It's very interesting. In the morning blessings, there is also three. And one of the blessings, the middle one is Ve'ha'arevna. Hashem, make the Torah sweet to us. You know why? Because all Hashem wants is everything in this world to beautify it, to sweeten it, to make it palatable so that it can be passed on to the next generation. Because if it's not sweet, if it's dry and boring, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to find somewhere else where it's going to be more tastier, where it's going to be more fun, where it's going to be more interesting. Some people might go to basketball, or some people might be doing other things, studying for a final. You guys are the only one that are earning your ticket to Olam Haba. There's nothing else that's going to save you from the shield of Gan Eden except for learning. And what's the next blessing after Birkat Torah in every morning blessing? Is the three blessings of Kohanim. Because after you learn Torah, guess what is the ultimate price for you? What's the ultimate gift for you? Baracha, unconditional. Now Hashem says, I'm going to give you all the barachot possible. Why? Because you want the Torah to be sweet to you. And you also say, Ve'arevna, Ve'tzetza'eh, Ve'tzetza'enu. So when you're learning Torah, you are not only strengthening yourself, but you're also strengthening your children, and your grandchildren, and your great-grandchildren, and forever. I was speaking with someone. May have a quick, speedily refuah shlema. I'm not sure if he wants to mention his name, but it's very important that he has a refuah shlema. He just went through a surgery. Felix Ben Chaim Shushan. I hope this learning should be in his zechut to have a complete refuah shlema. Okay? It's very important. Sometimes in life, you're not sure what avenue your children might turn to, good or bad. You're not sure. You have no idea what path life will take them. Sometimes it's not in your control. What is in your control as a parent? To do the best you can to be a parent. Because you have no idea Sometimes it's the fact taking your kids to shul, learning with them the Mishnayot. Something small, but you do it consistently all the time. Taking them every year, selichot. Certain things is going to be embedded in their minds. 10, 20, 30, 40 years. If chas v'shalom, something makes them turn off, this will always bring them back. So right now, when you're learning Torah, when you're listening to shiur, it's not just for you. Remember and have in mind that it's also benefiting your children, your great-grandchildren, because the neshamot are listening. Okay? What's the first blessing of Yivarechacha, of Kohanim? Is Yivarecha. Yivarechacha, Hashem first says, I want to bless you with physicality, materialism. Because we know, the Mishnah Pirkei Avot says, Im ein kemach, ein Torah. If we got no parnusa, then what's going to happen? There's no Torah. I'm not able to learn Torah the right way. My mind is not settled. So Hashem says, you know what? First I'm going to set you materialism. Give you a lot of bracha. Food, galore. Unlimited access, no problem. What's the second bracha? Ya'er. What is that talking about? Spirituality. Now that you got your kemach, now that you got your materialism, now you're able to sit down in the yeshiva and learn the right way. Learn properly, without any distractions. Because no one wants distractions. If someone knows how to communicate with somebody, imagine I'm talking to you and you're not paying attention. Imagine you're my spouse and I want to communicate with you and you're all day on your phone. There is no communication. How do you think Hashem feels when you learn Torah and you get distracted easily? Hashem says, I want to connect with you. I want to communicate with you. You're starting to open the book and all of a sudden, your phone buzzes. All of a sudden, your friend calls you. All of a sudden, you want hot tea. You want coffee.
Chai.
How do you think now Hashem feels? He feels left out. So it's very important, after you have your proper materialism, that you also have the proper insight and intellect to be able to do also what? To learn the right way. To get illuminated. To get inspired and to inspire. And the third bracha, is Yisa Hashem Panav Elecha. What is that for? I got my physicality, I got my spirituality, what else do I need? You know what says Hashem? Sometimes there are people don't have no materialism and no spiritualism. They don't have neither. They're just going on with their life. And Hashem says, you know what? For people like you, who are not there and not here, they're trying to find themselves. Or they want to just build themselves as a reputation. Hashem says, Yisa Hashem panav elecha. I'm gonna lift my countenance and I'm gonna give you bracha even if you don't deserve it. How powerful is that? I want to check something out. Towards the end, in the Torah, in Parshat Naso, where this bracha is, there is one more pasuk that we add. V'samu et shemi al bnei Yisrael v'ani avarachem. Do you know what happens when you learn Torah the right way? Hashem says, I'm gonna place my name, v'samu et shemi, v'samu et shemi al bnei Yisrael. And I'm gonna place my name on bnei Yisrael. Let's take the gematria of v'samu. Vav 6, 346. This is 340, 352. I think it's without the vav. Let's do without the vav. Right, 346. Beautiful. Do you know what else is the gematria 346?
No.
Because this is what's going to be placed on you when you learn Torah the right way, when you want to make it sweet, and when you want to connect to Hashem. It's called Ratzon. What does Ratzon mean? Want, desire. And guess what Hashem does? This is 290, yes, 346. This is exactly 346.
It's all connected.
you could also rearrange, because once you want to connect, guess what Hashem does? He creates a pipeline. And this is a pipeline in Hebrew. How do you say a pipeline? Tzi Nor, which is the same letters. Tzi Nor is exactly what, guys? A pipeline. When is the only way you're going to get a pipeline? When you want it. And that's when Hashem's going to play the V'samu et Shemi al Bnei Israel. What's the last words? V'ani avarachem. And I will be a blessing upon you. I'm going to always constantly give you a blessing. Morav Rabbatai. It's very important. It's not easy, but it's very simple. Hashem says, you want to be a receiver of the Torah? You want to be able to grow in Torah? The only way is to just want it. Have a desire. This is why Kibud Avim is in the column of between me and Hashem. Because for me to be able to connect to my parents is gonna give me a channel to connect to my Creator. Because if I am unable to properly give respect and honor to my parents, my relationship between Hashem will be very difficult. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be always across the board imperfect. Okay? That doesn't mean if I'm growing up without a parent, that means I cannot respect or honor God. It doesn't mean that. However, for the most part, when you are able to give proper honor to your parents, you're able to give proper understanding and respect to Hashem. When you give respect to elders, what the Torah says, when you honor your parents, you get long life. When you respect someone who's older, you get long life. When you do good, you get long life. The month of Sivan, there is a very special rabbi who, Erev Rosh Chodesh, every month, the night before the night of Rosh Chodesh, which is tonight, it's called Erev Rosh Chodesh. There's always a special prayer. But according to the Shlach HaKadosh, the Shlach HaKadosh has a very special prayer, okay? It's called a parent's prayer. The Shlach HaKadosh himself, okay, was one of the Rabbeim in Tzfat, okay? He was able to give this prayer. He was praying for his son. He was praying for his children. And this is a very strong prayer to do for yourself, even if you're not married, to give it over to your friends and family so that they can pray on your behalf. Once upon a time, there was a non-religious lady who was starting to marry off her third child. And she was very upset that her third child was getting married to a religious Talmid Chacham. Her daughter was getting married to a Talmid Chacham. And at the chuppah, the rabbi could see on her face, the look on her face, very disappointed. This lady is not religious. This lady does not want anything to do with religion. So the rabbi asks her, what's wrong with the look? What happened? This is your daughter's wedding. He says, I'm trying everything possible for my children not to have any connection with Judaism. And yet somehow, my third child already, first, second, and third, is getting religious and getting married to religious people. I don't understand what's going on. The rabbi asks her, maybe, tell me your story. Whatever happened to you when you were younger? Or when you got married? The lady says, in shul, when I was younger, someone was giving out a certain pamphlet, and they said, it's good to pray. She says, I didn't know what these words are. I'm not religious, I don't know the meaning. And she started reading this. Atahu Hashem Elokeinu Achila Barata Olam. Okay? And she started reading this prayer, which happens to be the prayer of Shlach Kadosh, and without even understanding the meaning or the intent, her prayers got answered. Why did I share the story with you? Sometimes, even if you do a mitzvah, and you're not even intending for the right cause, but there's no prayer that's ever going to be unanswered. And the rabbi says to her, you didn't intend, you didn't want, you wanted to do everything against religion, yet all your 3 kids are already turning to the right path. Why? Because of the prayer of Shla Kadosh. Could you imagine if someone that did not have the intent prayed and got answered? Could you imagine if you pray with intention, if you pray with tears? It's very interesting how the night or the holiday of Shavuot is exactly 50 days after Pesach. So on the Hebrew calendar, it's supposed to be easy what date it is. It's supposed to be what? Vav Sivan, 6th of Sivan. There's one problem. Nowhere in the Torah does it say the date or the holiday of the holiday of Shavuot. It does not say the date. On Pesach it says the date. On Sukkot it says the date. Shavuot, it does not say the date.
Because it wants to make you pray.
Because when it comes to the Torah, there is no date. When it comes to the Torah, Hashem says, I want you to want. And when you want it, you're going to get it. You're going to get it with the most bracha. You're going to get it with the most utmost blessing. Could you imagine? Now, we mentioned this earlier, but Hashem says in Masechet Shabbat, we didn't get there yet. Okay, I mean Berachot, we didn't get there yet. Like the next page or two. Okay, in Masechet Berachot it says Hashem gave 3 gifts. One of them is Torah.
Spoiler.
One of them is Eretz Yisrael. And the third gift, why am I forgetting this?
You didn't teach us yet.
Yeah, I looked at it today. Torah, Eretz Yisrael, and the Beit HaMikdash. Yeah, I believe it's the Beit HaMikdash.
You have a source?
Masechet Berachot. I think that Hey, that Vav. Okay, now
We're on hay.
I'm a bit. One of them is the Torah. How else do you say a gift in Hebrew? Shy. I want to share something with you that I did not share with you guys yet. On Pesach, after Pesach, we count 49 days of the Omer. From Pesach all the way until Shavuot is exactly 49 days. On day number 50 is Shavuot. However, some people say that 50 represents the 50 gates of Bina. What sefirot, what channels do we want to fix during the 7 weeks? Chesed, Givurat, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yisod, and Malchut. Correct? On Pesach you had Chochmah Bina Da'at. 7 weeks is 7 midot. So now we got all 10. However, there's one missing. You got Chochmah Bina Da'at, Chesed, Givurat, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yisod, and Malchut. We are in the week of Malchut. Once you complete all those midot,
There's one day left.
there's one special, unique midah left. And that's called Keter. Keter is a crown. Where is the crown placed? On top. The crown represents the glory of Hashem. That is unlimited. Because the Chokhmah, Bina, and Da'at, which is representing our brain, it's limited. It's inside the head. Whatever is outside the head, now it's unlimited. That's the energy and the power of Keter. What's the gematria of Keter? So on Shavuot, we're building up a purpose of what? We finished the 49 days. Now we're taking up to the next level, which is Shavuot, which is day 50. And on that day 50, what do we get? Keter, the crown. What is the gematria for? Keter, guys, check this out. 400, 200, 620. 620 divided by 2 is
310.
shy.
Wow.
Do you understand? That's why in the month of Sivan, what's the connection? The month of Sivan, you got a very unique. No. The month of Sivan is what? Gemini. Te o mim. Everything is double, everything is twins. You understand? So if I take Shai, the gift, times 2, it actually gives me Keter, the crown of Torah. There are 2 parts of the Torah, which is what? Torah Shebichtav and Torah Sheba'al Peh. There's also heaven and earth, Shamayim va'aretz, husband and wife. Gan Eden, Gehinnom.
Everything always has like a.
There's always a duality.
Yeah. That's the.
However, to make a child, it's not enough just 2. There's also Hashem in the picture. That's why when was the Torah given? 3rd month. Nisan Yer Sivan. When do the Jewish people become complete? When they're all together, Kohen Levi Israel. Although the duality is important, don't forget to include Hashem into the picture. It's super, super important to always include Hashem into the picture. You understand? Now, the month which is representing Gemini, yes, has a letter to it. Every month has a letter. The letter is Zayin, which is 7. There are 7 constellations, yes, celestial objects that govern different months of the year, different hours of the hours of the day as well. Which celestial object is in charge of the month of Gemini, of Sivan, Tomim? That's Mercury. In Hebrew, Mercury is called Chav. Mercury. This represents the letter Resh. What happens when I connect the Zayin and the Resh? Which is called Raz. In Hebrew, what's Raz? Hidden. What's hidden? All the hidden secrets in the Torah. In this month, it's the beginning of the revelation of the secrets. I mentioned to you, or maybe I didn't, but I'm going to mention right now. I could do this about Kochav, the star Kochav. Check this out, Kochav. You have 26 name of Yud Kei Vav Kei, and you got 22 letters of the Torah. The union of these 2 is extremely powerful. You're able to make an uproar in the heavens, in Shamayim. Okay? Well, call mommy. Tell mommy where we are. When we are able to approach and elevate ourselves and polish ourselves for the 49 days of the Sfirat HaOmer, we get up to something called Matan Torah. Matan Torah is the moment that the Gemara says was the time that the Jewish people elevated themselves so much that they got to the level of Adam Harishon before he sinned. Could you imagine this? You are able to elevate yourselves. The revelation of Har Sinai was not just, oh Hashem, thank you for giving me the Torah. Ma'amad Har Sinai was a moment that you reached of perfection. You reached a moment before Adam Harishon sinned. You guys cannot imagine this. You cannot fathom this. Do you know what happened to the world before Adam Harishon sinned? Everybody in life was supposed to live forever. That means the concept of death was not existent. What happens when a person learns Torah the right way? You push death away from you.
Immortality, no?
That's why when the Rishaim that live in this world, they are all considered dead. However, Tzaddikim, when they're dead, they're still alive. What does that mean? Their legacy are still living on. Rashi, every time I learn Rashi, his mouth, spiritual mouth, is speaking. His energy might be inside me. And when I mention a rabbi in the Gemara, when I mention a rabbi or wherever, guess what's happening? That energy is coming into us. They're always alive. There's no such thing as death with Torah. There's only alive. That's why Hashem says, Bacharta b'chaim. Choose life. Because if you did an Avera, what should I do to you? Right away kill you. But Hashem doesn't kill me. Why doesn't Hashem kill me right now?
Mercy.
Because Hashem doesn't want death.
He wants life.
Hashem only wants life. Before the world was created, Hashem made 7 lights. Hashem made 7 lights. Or Torah. Or Gehinnom. Or Gan Eden. Or Israel. Or Beit HaMikdash. Or Teshuvah. Or Mashiach. Did I get this right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Beautiful. Check this out. Every one of them represents what? 7 days of the week. And every day of the week represents the 7 Sefirot. Starting with Chesed, Givura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, and Malchut. I want to mention the first one and the last one. Or the last 2. Please pay attention. Please look at this. The world was created with the light of Torah, which is Chesed. The more you learn, Talmidei Chachamim, what do they do? The more Talmidei Chachamim, proper Talmidei Chachamim, not fakers, real Talmidei Chachamim.
Not the ones that smoke.
The more Talmidei Chachamim, what do we say every day in Tana Devei Eliyahu? Talmidei Chachamim, Marbim, Shalom Ba'olam. You bring peace. They are never wanting to fight. The more Torah there is, the more what?
Peace.
Peace there is.
Unity.
I said, this first one represents Chesed. Do you know what happens when we receive the Torah? We became an Am, a nation of Segula. Segula is, everyone loves Segula. Okay? It's like an omen. It's like, oh Rabbi, what can I do to make me have more parnasa? Oh, have in mind, Fateh Yedecha. Yeah? That's the Segula. What is the root word of Segula? Segol. What is Segol? Segol is what? It's a vowel. How do you write a Segol? 3 dots. Bnei Yisrael Am Segula. What is their entity? Segula, Segol. It's Chesed. Where is the Chesed coming from? The Torah. How many dots does a Segol have? 3. When did we receive the Torah? 3rd month. How many Jewish people are there? 3 types. How many different Torahs are there? I said 2, but now we're going to make 3. How?
Yeah.
Torah, Nevim, Ketuvim.
Tanakh.
How many books of Tanakh are there? 24.
Golden.
How many mitzvot are there?
615.
613. Add them up.
634. 37.
Do 637 minus 620.
17.
What's 620? Keter. But what's 613 plus 7 mitzvot of the Rabbanan is 620. What are you left with?
17.
Tov.
Very good.
When you are learning all the mitzvot, plus all the 24 books throughout the whole year, the only thing coming out is good. And the Gemara says, Ein Tov Ela Torah. There's nothing better than learning Torah. You could work, but don't forget the purpose, the goal. And this is, guys, I'm gonna share with you an extremely big secret, and I hope we're able to understand this, and I'm hopeful to siyata dishmaya, hopefully also able to explain it in a proper way. The Jewish people said,
This tissue's dead.
Na a se ve nishma.
We will do it, then we will.
First we will do, and then we will hear. Please pay attention. Sometimes you tell people, I hear you.
And then
But sometimes you tell somebody, I see you. What's the action? Seeing. What's this action? Action?
Hearing.
Hearing. Once again, I'm trying to work it up. Please bear with me. Please understand. I don't think you heard this, and I'm not sure if you ever will. Please listen to this carefully. Why did the Jewish people say Na'aseh before Nishma? Number one, they said Hashem. I don't care what it takes. I have the will. I have the want. I want the Visamu. I want the Ratzon. I want the Tzinor. But they also says Na'aseh. There's an action of seeing. Before hearing. Please pay attention. If you look at your face, which one is higher? The eyes or the ears?
eyes.
Eyes.
The ears.
My eyes are higher than my ears.
Other than-
My ears are lower.
All the earlobe.
I don't hear from my earlobe, I hear from my ear.
No, look.
So, no, you're curving it. What's higher, guys? Seeing. In the merit that the Jewish people said, Na'aseh, before Nishma, they got a reward. You know what's the reward? They were able to see
And
the Aseret HaDibrot. That's why they got to be able to a chance to see Aseret HaDibrot. Guys, in Gemara, what do we say? Ta, kam, shema. Ta, shema. What does ta, shema mean? Come in here. That's this level. In the Zohar, it doesn't say ta, shema. It says ta, kam, hazeh. See.
Wow.
The Zohar is an elevated level of learning. The Jewish people were on that higher level. And when you are able to see the Torah, Hashem allows you to see things that people are not able to. And that's the merit, the zuchut, the power of Torah that you're able to receive and to attain. And that's how you, hopefully, B'ezrat Hashem, you're also able to create yourself to be able to be a receiver of the Torah. And all of you who are here tonight will receive certain books and special sefarim, the 613 mitzvot, and maybe a portion of the Zohar. Hazak Baruch, everybody. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.